Hey folks, how's it going? Glad to see you again. I'm out on the hunt. Yeah. Today I had it in my mind to come back to a site that produced many great relics, many finds. This is a mid-1800s site. Had occupation up to probably about the 20s, maybe the 30s, as far as I can tell. In a few minutes, I'll share with you exactly what I found here in a few photos. But right now, I want to show you the foundation and basically how this structure was set up. It's very easy to see today because it is fall and there's not a whole lot of ground coverage. But check this out. So I'm standing inside the property right now, the very front, probably where definitely where the fireplace was. There's the chimney, there's the fireplace right there, and this would have been a door most likely right here, and they may even no, it doesn't look like a door. I thought maybe they had a door over there, but now it doesn't look like it. So there was a door right here. And there also was a door right there. And you can see how this property extends out like that. And it comes over. It extends out again. Small little area right there. And it has a root cellar. Nice little root cellar. They would have had a set of stairs that went down right here into their root cellar. They would have stored their canned goods in there and stuff like that. And the property, the building structure actually extends out this way and comes over. Nice little rock wall. So, the full extent of this property, the house, you can see it clear as day. And this over here was another chimney. They had another fireplace in the very back of their property. This is probably a bottle I've already found and just set there, but let's check it out anyway. There's no embossing on it, it's generic, and no script on the bottom, but there is a pontil mark, you see that? So that could be probably 20s, I would say, or teens. I have searched this place numerous times, and every time I come up with really nice relics. Let's see what happens today. And Mom, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy this hunt, because this one's for you. And let's find some treasure. I'll see you out there. So I'm going to do a little bit of metal detecting today, and then we'll do some digging and get right into the actual soil of this area and see what's down there. See how far that artifact layer goes, and see if we can properly date this site. But metal detector today, I'm going to go coin and jewelry. We're going to go for non-ferrous material. The difference, you have ferrous material and you have non-ferrous material. Ferrous material is going to be stuff like iron. Non-ferrous is going to be stuff like nickel and silver and lead and gold and copper and brass and so on and so on. So I am strictly looking for non-ferrous, the precious metals. And what I want to do, I'm going to bump my sensitivity up to 7. And I want to make my signal even stronger into that ground, because I've already searched here plenty and plenty of times. I know I've got most of the upper layer stuff. I want to get deep. Let's do it. Just 2 minutes into swinging, and I've already got a miscellaneous signal, about a 42 signal, which could be trashy garbage or it could be something decent. The only way to find out is to dig it. Yeah. Let's see what's in there. It only said it was a couple inches deep, so it wasn't very deep. There it is right there. There it is. See it? Oh yeah, that's a little knife. It's a little pocket knife. It looks like it has mother of pearl for a handle. Some of the handle is gone. Mother of pearl is a shell. It's very ornate, and it was used for a lot of different things. Yeah, that's a nice little pocket knife somebody lost. It's hard to tell the date, but I imagine that's probably pretty early with the mother of pearl. We'll research that later and see what knives had mother of pearl. Yep, nice find. I have a nice little signal here that might possibly be a button. You could hear it if my headphones didn't fall. Alright, listen. That's a deep one. Let's go get it. Let's see what's in there. Might be a button. Let's hope for a button. Oh yeah, we're right down to that clay layer. So that's good news. And we have glass in there as well. Look at that. It's an old whiskey bottle. Somebody was doing a little bit of drinking, huh? I don't... yep, there it is. Hunter trash. I don't understand. I don't. You love nature so much, clean up your mess. Moving on. See ya. Now, a lot of detectorists in this field of treasure hunting, relic hunting, whatever you call it, metal detecting, they are afraid to get this close to these old foundations. They are nervous, very nervous, because their machine generally just goes crazy, and it's easy to see why. There's iron there, there's iron there, there's iron there, there's iron over there. Nails just consume this place. Trash from the old house, everything you can think of is in here. Everything. But you know what? These modern machines, they're not like the old machines. These modern machines are capable, if you learn how to operate your machine properly, are capable of giving you multiple tones, because they're multiple tone machines. That could give you a tone for iron, that could give you a tone for a nail, that could give you a tone for something nice, but you have to be willing to listen to all those tones. Back in the old days, back with the old metal detectors, what happened is there was one tone on the machine, and whether it was a ferrous iron object or non-ferrous silver object, all the tones were the same. There was one tone, beep, where now you have different tones. Loud, dull, screeching, bell tone, you have all different type of tones to help you out. So learning your machine and all the tones that it makes helps get you closer to the house, and that's where you need to be, because that's where people did a lot of stuff. They built the house for one, and they dropped pretty much everything. Let's keep going. Let's find something. Yeah. Here, if you listen closely, I'll give you an example of what I hear. Here are those low dulls. Those are all nails. And you're waiting for those loud screeches to come out, and you just want to go back and double check them. Get small and see if it'll give you a good tone in there. If you want to get in there and look at it, by all means, go look at it, like I'm going to do. Because that bounced up to a 73 right there. That could be a coin mixed in with all this iron and deep and just sitting funny enough to give a not so great signal. So you want to inspect. Once you get the dirt out like this, it's just a matter of putting your detector over it again and listening for a stronger signal. But there was a large chunk of nail in there with that head on there, that could definitely give us the type of tone that we just heard. And see, there's another nail. Lots of nails in there. No marbles. I don't see any marbles. Well, or pottery. Did see a little gemstone or something, maybe. Alright, let's give that a scan and see what happens. Let's hope we pulled out a nice coin to the surface somewhere. Nope. Nope. But it doesn't hurt to investigate, does it? You want to go after every loud squeak, because you never know. I think some of these brick might have writing on them. These are the old clay brick. They don't look handmade, so, but they are primitive looking. See that? It's nice. I wanted to share this with you. It's a feature that you look for when you're looking for old home sites. If you find a rubble of stone in the middle of the woods or whatever, but it's right here, and it's not super easy to see on this one, but you can still see it. There's a little indentation right here, a little bowl type, and it goes that way. There used to be a roof that came over here, and that's the drip line where the water came down from when it rained and stuff like that, hit the ground and just wore it out, washed it away. And that's where you can find the edge of the roof. So knowing that, you know, you can search under there if you want, but out here would be more ideal to search. So just knowing how they're laid out and how they were can help you significantly. Let's keep going. Oh, here's a nice, large, very high non-ferrous signal that seems a little too big to be a coin, but you just never know. There's a root down there, of course. Alright, let's flop that over real quick and just take a peek, because it might be just right there. Being that loud, chances are it's probably closer to the surface. I'm not seeing anything in there. Alright, let's get the bulk of it out. Is that it right there? That's it. It's an old pot. Looks like it might have been pewter. Yeah, it's an old cooking pot. Beautiful sound. But that's all. Unrecognizable chunk of metal. Well, look what we have here. Just pulled up. Do you know what that is? You should, from watching all my videos. That sits in the horse's mouth. It's a bit, and the bit is actually right here. That's the part that goes in the horse's mouth. Well, this part sits on the cheek right there. It sits on the cheek of the horse, and this loop is where you attach your rein guide. So you can control the horse. You can move the horse, you can stop the horse, you can make the horse go. That's just one side of it. There would be the same thing on the opposite side, going through the horse's mouth. Yeah, nice little horse bit from the horse days. Yeah, that was a long time ago. People don't ride horses anymore. Nice little relic right there. Probably late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. This signal right here is just screaming at me. It is super loud. It may be iron. Or not, I don't know. Let's see what we get. Those are all roots. What's that? Another root. Didn't sound that deep. There's a root just holding on to that thing. Alright, we'll set that plug right there. Let's get back in here and cut some more of these roots out so we can get down there. Ah, there's the reason right there. That is an old light bulb, and it has Bakelite on it, which means it could be as early as the 20s. Yep. No telling when they had electricity put in here. That could be 20s. Could be 30s. Could be 40s. Yep. This signal was actually giving me a horrible signal, but just once in a while it gave me a nice high tone. Do you recognize what that is? That's a thimble. Very, very personal item that somebody would have had mending clothes. This is the type of thimble that your finger would actually show through. So it's more of a half thimble than it is a full thimble. It's not broken. That is a complete thimble. That's just how they made them. Nice little coppery thimble. I've found these in silver and copper and brass, of course. But yeah, it's nice. Nice little personal item belonging to one of the members of this household. I'm just right on the back corner of the house, and got a pretty decent signal. Let's dig it. Let's find out what I missed throughout all those years of searching this place. I imagine it's going to be in there. Yeah, so we can actually pop this open and find out. Sometimes they just crumble apart real nice, depending on how many roots are in there, and you can actually see the object. Other times, no luck. Let's see what we get here. Oh, I see it already. There it is. Looks like chain. Some sort of chain. Probably for rigging up their wagons or such. That's pretty old chain. Anything else in that dirt that we need to be aware of? Ceramic buttons. Yeah, just a little bit of chain. That's pretty common at these old sites. We have a very large signal down in here somewhere. I'm thinking mason top maybe. Sounded like it was on the surface. So it was very loud. Let's go ahead and pop a little dirt out of there and see. Yeah. Thought it was a mason top, but it's just this old sheet metal type stuff that really gives good signals. Now, a lot of this stuff used to be a can. Some sort of can. Baking powder or anything like that. But they give really good signals. I did it again. My favorite find. Do you remember what that is? That right there. That is an axe head. Probably from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. That is a big one. That's probably about a 5-pounder. Big, hefty axe. Yeah, sweet. I clean those up real nice and put new handles on them and make them nice. And that was underneath this old log right here, which I probably never had a chance to get my coil, my metal detector coil, under that because you know, the terrain changes constantly, and it's been 2 years since I've been here. 2 years is a long time. Matter of fact, I had a hard time getting in here on my motorcycle because there were so many trees down that weren't normally down in the trail spots that I took to get here. So that's nice. Yes. Feels like it's gonna rain or snow. Oh no. Let's keep going. Let's find some more treasure. Beautiful. And this is another site that I haven't been able to locate, the privy. A lot of people would be like, ew, gross, it's a privy. Yeah, well, you know, that stuff is long gone, and it's a treasure trove of old artifacts. People used to dump everything in their privies. I'd love to dig that out too. Their little basement type thing. Well, anyway, let's get moving. Yeah, I found that directly off the back here. Oh, pricker bushes. As you see, there's still a lot of areas that are consumed with brush and stuff. Those areas are really hard to get your detector in, but as time changes, you can get in there because that stuff rots away and moves away, and of course, new material falls on places that you've already detected, but just keep going, keep looking. You never know when you're going to find that big jar of gold coins. Yeah, someday. It's been a long time. I find silver. I do find gold, but gold coins, no, that's very rare. Very rare. All right, let's keep detecting this place. Let's find some more treasure. See ya. Maybe a shotgun shell, maybe not. Let's find out. Oh, pretty good sized root in there. There's the root. Oh, what are we gonna get? Was it deep? Was it shallow? There it is. There it is. See it? Is that a dog tag? Oh, dog tags are nice because you know what? They give you a date. And I have a nice little collection of dog tags, if that is a dog tag. It's some kind of tag. Oh, will it have writing on it? Oh, that would be wonderful. That would be great. That would be an item that we could have a date on, a dateable item. Beautiful. Let's clean it up and find out. Well, not a dog tag, but something else. I can't tell if there's an image on the face of that, but definitely has some nice scroll work on the side, some kind of pattern. I can't quite see that, if there is some kind of decoration or pattern in the center. And honestly, I don't know what that would have been used on. My first impression was that it was a dog tag, but now it's not. 1800s right there. Guarantee that. Is it mid or is it late? I don't know. That's a nice little find though. I'll have to clean it up better when I get home and find out. And we got a nice deep signal here. Ow. And these pricker bushes just poked me in the eye. Hazards of the duties, you know. Okay, nice deep target. Sounds like a coin. Oh, can we have a coin? I've found plenty of coins here, but I haven't found any in a while at this location. The finds are getting tough to find for sure. Is that gonna be it? That's gonna be it right there. Guarantee it. That would give me that signal. Just a little chunk of metal. Iron. Oh, this thing, it keeps wanting to get in my face. No matter how many times I break it, it keeps coming over here. And I can't break it off. Stay. Okay. Good gracious, these prickers. Let's double check. Let's stick our coil on it and double check. Okay. Hope that wasn't it, but it could be. Yeah, that was it. Moving on. Nice loud signal here. Oh, I hope that's rock down there. It sounds like rock. It doesn't sound like iron. Maybe we're in that plug. Maybe we're not. Yeah, that was a rock I was hitting. Yeah, we're gonna have to check through that, but let's take a peek in this plug real quick. See if there's anything that would be noisy, giving us that signal. Any metal? Not popping out at me. Yep. Gonna have to scan it. Alright, let's find it. Either I missed it, or I missed it. Should be right in here then. Yep, there it is. Ooh, that's a big spoon. That's a big ol' pewter. Nice big chunk of pewter spoon right there. Pewter usually used in the 1800s, so that one's easy to date. Nice little design on it as well. No handle. Sometimes there was script on the bottom, but this one doesn't have it. Nice. Big loud signal. I can't believe I missed that. My hole was off a little bit. Boy, this is turning out to be a great hunt. This is the second thing that I found that is of my favorites to find. Yeah, wait until you see. Now, I've found one here before in the past, way back in the woods, set way back from the house. And it was like a brass coppery type mix. This one looks possibly iron and much older. Check it out. See if you can tell what that is. Any idea? Well, I knew immediately, and it's complete. I knew immediately when I saw it. I'll clean it up for you a little bit so you can get a good idea. That is the key feature right there. What do you think now? Let's bang it. What do you think now? That's an old lock. And I'm not talking old, I'm talking very old. Yeah, that is an old one. Now usually I only find, because it's iron, I usually only find the heart-shaped, and I call them Mickey Mouse pieces. This one's in beautiful condition. Pristine. This is going to clean up real nice and display nice. I usually only find this Mickey Mouse piece right here. It goes like this, comes down. It looks like it has ears. And there's a few little rivets in here that hold that back plate to this Mickey Mouse front plate. I almost never find the plate piece that has the keyhole in it. But there it is. There's the little window, the shade or lasp or whatever you want to call it. Should have a little design on it as well that folds down and covers up that keyhole. This is a beautiful relic. I'm going to say that's I'm going to say 1850s on that one. Maybe 1860s. Yeah. Beautiful find. Wonderful. Yeah. Wow. I love it. I love what I do. It's great. History. Somebody used that to lock something up. Whether it was their home, their shed, their barn, something that they felt had value in it. And they wanted it locked. So that is a very personal item. You don't just put a lock on things for the fun of it. You protect things with it. And that is mint. As far as iron is concerned, it is very well preserved. So great find. All right. Yes. Let's move on. See ya. It's a little spoon. A little iron spoon. Maybe it had silver anodized overlay over it. Maybe not. Yeah. They would have had to keep these sanded down if it didn't have silver to keep the rust from entering the foods and stuff like that. That's part of an old mule shoe. Half of one. Yep. Oh, what are we going to get here? Maybe a buckle? Maybe another spoon? That might be iron down there. Yep, it is iron. Well, what is it? I don't know. Just a piece of something. No telling on that one. Maybe part of a plow or something. Pretty decent signal sitting down there. Somebody's blasting their gun. Hear it? Those are the guys that go hunting and they don't get anything. So they come home and shoot off all their shells. Maybe in a fit of frustration, I don't know. But had they got a deer, they would have been processing it instead. That was a really good signal, and I haven't found it yet. Is that it right there? What is it? It's a big iron chain link is what that is. That would have been used to connect to your wagon or your plow or whatever you wanted to pull, you know, with a chain. Yep. Interesting. Maybe late 1800s, early 1900s. I had a signal in here, but lost it, so it's most likely going to be iron, and I'm looking for non-ferrous, so of no importance on that one. But I did find some stoneware, pottery. That one's stoned on both sides, and this one, nice thicker piece, stoned on one side. They could have been used for food, plants, whatever. Yeah. Now we could have a button here, if I can get through this prickly stuff. Bringing up about 12 on my scale, and that's about the range for a button or a shotgun shell. But there's some strange surface down there. It's very rocky. Very rocky. And it has old clay brick in it. Safe to say that this area could have been dug up at one time. I'm not seeing anything metal. I don't know if I have to go deeper. There's a lot of brick down there. Alright, let's give that a quick little scan and find out. I was off a little bit. It's actually back here. Might even see it pop out down there. There's an old nail. Lots of brick. Oh, lots of brick. It's very rooty. I'll have to break that up better. Ow! Ooh. Look at the size of those prickers. I always seem to somehow back into them. Oh goodness, this doesn't want to come up. There's a lot of root in there. That's a lot of root. Okay, we're gonna have to scan it again. It's getting to be quite a mess. Probably for a shotgun shell. Sometimes you have to work hard. Yeah, it's still in there somewhere. It sounds like it's got deeper, so let me keep digging. Yeah, sure enough, a very old, deep shotgun shell. And my detector just did not want to read that. Expert Western, made in the USA. Shotgun shells. If you're still finding shotgun shells, you still have the potential to find coins and jewelry and buckles and everything else. That's right. Keep moving. We could have a coin here. It's reading somewhere around the Indian head penny range, which is probably going to be late 1800s or early 1900s. Or a piece of iron sitting just right to give us that signal. Let me set that over there for now. Let me pull this out and make sure, because I was hearing a little bit of iron as well as a nice high tone. You gotta decipher these signals, and the only way to tell for sure is to dig them up. Yeah, that was it. Oh well. So the house sat right up there, right on top of that. It would have stood probably about that high or so. The well is there, there's a little shack there, there would have been a barn over there, and coming straight down here, I discovered where they dumped all their bottles and stuff. And it's been 2 years, so I want to go in and check to see if there's any more exposed bottles. There were nice bottles too. Pulled some decent ones out of here. Anywhere you see these ravines like this have been filled in. There's another one over that way. This is the main one right here where I did some digging. Whoa. Yeah. I don't see any more bottles exposed. I do a pretty good job when I come through and dig. But I remember this whole side bank right here was filled. Let's just dig in there a little bit. And it was very, very hard to dig the day I was out here. Look at that. That's a glass topper. It's broken. It's got a pretty pattern on it. That was a nice glass topper right there. Old Clorox bottle. This is where they dumped in the 20s and 30s. Let's see if I can get a hole dug down in there. Yeah, we got a bottle right there. Well, part of one. Let's see what it says. Yeah, 30s right there. All this silt has come in since I've last dug here. And as you see, there isn't much in there. I do a pretty good job. There are some bottles laying around. Probably stuff I've already found, I imagine. Yeah, let me do some digging here and see if we can find some bottles. I'm finding some nice shards of bottles here. This one was nicely decorated. Double handle, really neat. Old Coke bottle. Patent date of it doesn't give the patent date. Well, yeah, it does. 10/55/20. It's just a patent number. Some pottery and stuff like that, but look at there. Got our first button. Yeah. I'm gonna go grab my tools and come back here and dig a little bit. There's much more to be found. And whenever you're walking or working around these old house sites, you have to be mindful of things like this. Old wells, hand-dug wells, and that's pretty deep. Look how far that goes down there. Hand-dug. I gotta fix this tape. It's been 2 years. It's starting to fall down. I know a deer can't really decipher, you know, high visibility tape. Then again, I'm more concerned about humans walking along and falling down in there, because what about a kid? When I was a kid, you know, I ventured out and explored these old spots, and sure enough, there were old wells laying everywhere. But some of them you can't see. Some of them have been covered up with rocks or branches and leaves, and sometimes you just go for a fall. Luckily, that's never happened to me. Alright, let's get in here and let's dig some bottles and see what's here. I'll dig out this this lower section. You can see where the water would run down and build up right there, the debris, before it went down the rest of the way. So that is just filled in there with stuff. Let's dig it. Let's see if we can find some nice old bottles. A couple nice old bottles worth $1,000 each would be sweet. I know, wishful thinking, but hey, gotta look to find out, alright? Alright, see when I find something good. Yeah, look at there. Nice old cast iron leg to something. There's really not much grand stuff going on in here, that's for sure. Not as old as I like, but still better than nothing, and mostly all food product. Some of it's just not that old either. 40s. But there's a chance to find decent stuff in there that might be valuable. These old cans, if they're in really good shape, could be. Pulling out lots of cans. I don't know. Let me keep looking. It's very rare to find a plate this complete and it has a maker's mark, so that's good. What's it say? Made in the USA. Homer. And Oglim or something like that. Made in the USA. Anyways, there it is. We'll be able to tell what date it is. Probably from the 40s. My best guess. There's a lot of cans in here. And plastic too, so it isn't terribly old. Probably from the last occupants who lived here before it went into disrepair. I imagine. Is that a milk bottle? Broken one. Of course, nothing on it, so these square ones are usually from the 50s. Not a single mark on that. Little tiny milk bottle, yeah. Alright, I'll keep looking. Bound to find a marble or two in here. Used to be an old measuring cup. Somebody probably used that to cook with. Yeah. There's another nice little glass top. I'll save that one. You can put that on top of anything. A little glass bottle or cup or whatever. We'll save that. It's nice. I'm just digging into the side here where I'm exposing a lot of stuff in there. Oh, there's a really nice glass top right there. White House. I believe that was vinegar. White House vinegar. Yep. We got a can showing over here that has a lot of detail on it and also a lot of old battery. Now these came out of car batteries. Yeah, these are the cells that were inside car batteries and they're long gone. So no telling. Look at all the ants. Gross. Let's get that out of there. Alright, let's keep digging into the side. And that was a Tudor Cream Ale. Premium quality. It feels like it was full. Nice old can. If it was in better condition, I would preserve it, but it's not. But one of the cans I have comes from this spot where it was preserved really nice. I have a bottle showing up here. Nice sized bottle. And another can. I'm gonna need my knife. There's something crusty right there. Top. That's not a very good can, is it? What is this gonna be? Some kind of food product again. And it's full. Still has its contents in it with the top on, but nothing on it. Label is long gone. Let's keep digging around. Might find something neat like that, or that, and that. Cobalt blue bottle and a little white cream bottle. What do we got there? We got something big there. Big candy dish maybe? Oh yeah. That's a big old candy dish or something. Too bad that's broken. I'd like to be able to read some of these cans. That's a beer, some kind of beer. Always looking for stuff with writing on it. People want stuff with writing on it, so if you're going to save something, it's usually a good idea to save the stuff that you can read. Gives a hint to what it is, or was. Atlas. That's a food product jar. Canning. All right, let's go ahead and dig into this spot right here. Wow, a lot of stuff on the surface. Look at that. It's loaded. There's no telling what's down there. Gotta get in and find it. I'm looking for a nice can that I can save. Mason top. Clorox bleach. You just hear the cans crunch. Look at all that glass. Oh, they did some dumping here. There's something down there. There's a bottle down there. Trying to work around this root that's right here. Where's my little tool? Little scraper. This thing does a great job. It might just be window glass I'm hitting. Oh no, that's bottle glass. Alright, let me keep working on that. I'll get that bottle out. Yeah, this is just a time capsule of this age of whenever somebody buried stuff here. Look at that old plate right there. Old cans. Again, this is not terribly old, but you know, you could still find some neat things in there. That's a little vinegar bottle, it looks like. Now, that one's hard to tell. It's machine made. Let's keep looking. Now there's another Tudor beer, but not in great shape. Looks like they opened it from the bottom. When you had to open 2 slits, one to drink and one for the air to escape. Nice little can. It's too bad it's in that sort of shape. I could clean up most of that rust, but it is very brittle, as you see. Very, very brittle. You just never know what you're gonna find. There's a nice example of a lightning bolt mason top, glass. Very nice. We'll save that. So that was interesting. Lots of old stuff. Not that old, but old. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around and do a little bit of potholing. Just go find random spots, stick my shovel in the ground, dig out a hole all the way down to the lowest layer that this site has to offer as far as debris. And that's going to be the layer that pretty much defines this property. How old is it? And with potholing, just digging random holes everywhere, you have the possibility to find things your metal detector can't find and learn a lot more about the property. So I'm gonna go do that right now and I'll show you what I find. See, where I like to start when I pothole is right up next to the foundation, right where I know my metal detector can't really go because of all the iron that's there. And see what kind of stuff there is that my metal detector is not hearing. Trees falling on me everywhere. Here's the foundation. Isn't that an awesome foundation? I mean, that is just a great image to see in the middle of the woods. Yeah. So let's just start right here, where this piece of iron is, where I know I haven't detected, because that iron would give me a horrible signal. There's a big old brick down there. So I'll dig a hole and show you what I find. So this is interesting. So this whole area back here is covered with flat stone. This is called random rubble. You just lay it in, and it covers this whole area in here. I don't know the extent of it, but we can stick the shovel down and find out. Yep, my shovel doesn't hit any rock there, so it goes to this point right here. This is probably what they considered a back outdoor porch area right here. Interesting. And that most likely was a door. You see the 2 sides. Yeah, okay, let's keep. So when I'm potholing, I'm looking to see how deep it takes to get down to that layer of inactive use. See, right there's a little bit of something, and right here is a little bit of something. That looks like old glass. It sure is. Yep. Now what that's telling me is that's the bottom right there. That's about when this house was built. I don't know if you can see it. that layer right there. That's about when this house was built. Someone came here, laid out all these stones, dug a big hole in the ground, and started building. I imagine this was a log structure. It's very primitive. It has stone. There's only brick where the two fireplaces were. And that's our layer right there. So when potholing as well, make sure you're looking through your spoil pile for anything that pops out. Activity, human occupation. Yep. And we have that piece of glass. So I don't know if we're going to be able to tell anything from that glass, but maybe I can clean it up and tell how old it is. Glass has some nice characteristics of having age as far as bubbles and stuff like that inside the glass during the process of manufacture. And those usually can be dated because the process of improving glass to where it doesn't have air bubbles in it, there was pretty much a set year that new technology came out and everybody started using it. So let's do some more potholes that way. Oh, that's an interesting rock down there. You see that right there? Look at that. That's not natural. That's something that was shaped that way. That could be Native American. It could have been found, or the guy who built this place could have made that for something. But back in the old days, Native Americans would have a piece like this and they would grind. I don't see any pit marks really on it. Could have been a knife sharpener or something like that. We'll save that as an interesting piece to add to the pile of other interesting pieces in my relic room. Yeah, it's just being observant. Just looking and being observant, seeing what you can find. Alright, let's dig right here on the corner of this big stone post. So I'm inside digging where the house would have sat and, finding window glass. And it's what we're not finding that's important also. There's no evidence of burning, so we know this house fell in. It didn't burn. Let's go take some dirt material out of that center of the house where the living room area would. Yeah, look at that guy I just found. Look at that thing. Good gracious. That's a spider. And window glass. But that is a monster. Ew. Now, I'm not finding much. Nails and nice early nails. That's a nice early one right there. Glass, and that's about it. I was half expecting to find buttons and stuff, but maybe I need to dig a few more holes. In front of the fireplace, the main fireplace, is always a good idea to search, because that's where they would have hung out on those nice cold days. Some leftover wood from this property. There's some more window glass right there. That's it, really. Not much. Not much happened inside the place. They might have had a real nice tight floor where they didn't lose anything. So yep, nothing. Nothing. Let's keep searching. Again, absolutely nothing in the inside house layers except for window glass, nails, Lots of nails. Which means that the house was empty when it fell down. Somebody had taken everything out of it. Now trying to find all the little things that were missed is another task. Just randomly potting holes inside looking. Now I'm outside of the house and immediately found an old baby bottle. It is too bad this one is damaged. It's not terribly old, but I already have one nice baby bottle. A collection of those would be nice. What's that yellowy thing? A leaf? Nothing. Window glass, more window glass down there. More window glass. Well, they had quite a few windows that broke, didn't they? I love pulling back this old roofing material. It's like a window in time. You just never know what's gonna pop out. Besides an ant home right there. Get that nice old wood. See any buttons or anything down there? Of course, you want to be watching out for snakes. Luckily, it's cold out. You don't have to worry too much about them. But they're still going to be in there. That is looking back to the time when this house was standing. Or at least when it first fell. These are the side walls right there. That's the side. If you pull those up, that's the original floor. I don't see any buttons. I don't see any goodies yet. You can still see this sitting on the corner of that stone right there. See that? It's sitting right there on that corner. That was the corner. I'm not seeing anything. That roofing material makes a mess, doesn't it? Yeah. So I brought my probe with me today. I wanted to probe this area a little bit and see if I can't feel where there's any privies. Oh, that's treacherous. Right off that back door right there. That could have been a back door right there. And that could have been a back door right there. So I expect something to be right back here somewhere. Let's check. I don't know what this structure would have been, but it wasn't as old as the house. As you see, it is mounded up a little bit of dirt in there. Could have been a chicken coop or something like that. Plus, there's round nails in there. So I know it's not that old. It'd be nice to see what's underneath it though. But I'm not going to move that. Alright, there's the well. Their privy is not going to be anywhere near the well. Matter of fact, it would be downhill from the well. It should be out here somewhere. And what we're looking for is little depressions. You see those two big clumps of grass right there? That was a good indicator right there. That one and that one, that perhaps there was something there. But there's a very large depression, but it's not the right color soil. And when I probed it, I wasn't getting anything except for rock. Yeah, I know. It's tough business I'm in. Do you see it? You probably don't. It took me forever to find. There it is. This is one of their privy holes right here. Yeah. And there's actually stuff in it. That's glass down there. Let's go ahead and give this a dig and see what happens. I hope it is one. Sure feels like it. One way to find out. Dig it. Well, I haven't found anything yet except for some brick way down there, and the color of the soil hasn't changed. So that is good. Was that what I was feeling? I don't know. This is still semi-ashy, which is the kind of soil that you're looking for with a privy, and especially an old privy. Let's keep going down. Whatever this is, you can see the clay layer in there has been disturbed and it's been dug, and it's very soft. I got a large rock or something right there, and I'm finding brick. Still no pottery or glass yet. Let's keep going. Look at that, folks. Look at that. We found a privy. We found the privy, one of the privies to this site. That was deep. That's just not natural for it to be that deep. Somebody had to have dug here to get down that far. And the only real reason why you dig like that is to put in your privy. And look at that soil. That is nice, rich, soft soil. That's our privy. One of them. Let's hope this is the original early 1800s privy, and it proves rich at the bottom. Look at that, 2 feet deep, and I found pottery. 2 feet deep. Beautiful. I'm so happy. Nice. I don't know where it extends. I don't know which way it goes. We have to dig out a little bit more and keep going down. It's sounding very hollow down there. As you see, I found the original clay wall, the outside where they actually dug. That's natural soil right there. All this that's in here is not natural. Matter of fact, I just found another piece of pottery down there. Oh, when you find oyster shells, oh yeah, or clam shells, yeah, nice. That's mother of pearl. That's a clam shell. Nice. This thing, so this is one side over here, and I'm probably on top of the main structure of it. I'm just trying to dig down as far as I can to find glass. That looks like a piece of bone. And then again, you know, we may be disturbing a crime scene. So it's also important to note this kind of stuff. That's a bone. That's, I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a rib. It could be a young child, or it could be an animal. I don't know. But somebody dug this for a reason. Did we find a script mark? We did. Oh man. No, we didn't. Oh, that was just the mud on it. Script marks give us dates. I keep finding pottery. Yep, and brick. Let's keep going. Let's keep digging. Almost 3 feet down, we have some stoneware. Nice. Definitely a privy. I finally found it. I'm so happy. This is awesome. There's some more rib bone. More ribs. Somebody was chewing on some pork ribs or something down there when they're sitting on the loo. When you're down in one of these, you have no idea what you're gonna find. You may find something, you may not find anything, but this is a time capsule, a complete time capsule from who knows when. We gotta get to the bottom and find out, see if we can get the the oldest item off the bottom, and that'll give you a nice idea of the date. Alright, I'm going to round this out a little bit more. Now this piece, metal, non-ferrous, part of an old pocket watch, just came up. So we have lots of goodies. I'm standing in it now because I have to take this out over here. We got some pottery coming up, and more embedded right there in the wall. This is a nice sized privy. Look at that pattern on there. Kind of like the stuff we found already. Little flowers. No script marks, so we can't tell what date it is. We can try to find it with the pattern, but let's keep going down. Is that glass I see? No, more pottery. Ooh, that one's pretty actually. Look at that. Really thin stuff. Looks like a little children's dish set or something. Is that what I think it is? Oh my goodness. It is. Look at that. That is a spear point. Native American spear point. Nice large one, missing the tip. That looks like a fresh break. I might be able to find that tip in there. It came right out of this wall, so I might be able to find that tip. Look at that. Native American spear point. That is a big one. Beautiful find. That's how you find them, folks. Right there. Look at that beautiful pottery. No telling what the date is, but it was pretty. Getting down there quite a ways. And I have lots of shards. And a spearhead. I could not find the tip. Bummer, but nice. Look at that interesting rock right there. It's been polished. That could be another Native American piece right there. Yeah, definitely. Okay, perhaps you can see it. Oh, that's the clay bottom right there. I reached the very bottom. Now, that was my plan. Now, all this material on the sides, except for over there, needs to come out. And see what drops out, see what falls out at us. Okay, so I found two sides. So I got this side. Probably see better. I got this side, and I have this side. Now I need to go that way and that way. See what comes out. I know my face is probably dirty. I'm gonna have to abandon this hole because I know there's more. Now I know where one is, I know where the rest are. And like I said, they usually dug these and filled them up, usually every 10 years or so. And given the date of this property, probably back to the 1850s. This one's probably one of the earlier ones, I would say. Given the lack of finds, you know, all they had was some nice old pottery to give to the privy gods. And they might have went in broken, or they might have went in whole. But you know, out of all of this, I didn't find a single piece with a script mark on the bottom. So I can't tell you for sure what the date is going to be on this hole. And it usually happens like that because the script marks are usually painted on and they don't last. Yep. So, but you know, I found another spearhead, by the way. That one's even longer. I need to clean it up. There's one, and that one's unmistakable. And you can tell that right away. Lots of another piece that I think is Native American as well. Lots of pottery, lots of pottery, lots of bones, a piece of chain, and what was that? Maybe an old spoon or a fork or something like that, and maybe a knife. Yeah, and lots of bones and brick. But you know what? Nothing else. Nothing. No glass. Not a single piece of glass. So where were they putting their bottles? Maybe in a different privy. And all these little pieces, not a single script mark. So I hit the side there, I hit the side there, I hit the bottom, I hit the side over there, and it's still going. Still going. So it was a big cutout pit right here, and they would have had a structure over it, and that would have been their outhouse, their privy. But hey, yeah, I got a couple nice finds out of there for my efforts. I'm going to take some of that pottery home and see if I can date it. Some of it looks pretty interesting. Anyways, I'm going to clean up here, put this hole back together, and I'll see you on the road. Is that a button I missed? It is a button. Oh, that looks military. Let's hope there's a Civil War eagle on there. Let me clean it. That, my friends, is an early Civil War button. Do you see the I in the middle? Or at least a 1 or an I. I believe that's for infantry. That is a beautiful Civil War button. 1863, 1864, maybe 1862, somewhere in the 1860s. Just sitting right here. I scooped it out of my dirt pile. Found it when I was putting it back in the dirt. Beautiful. Oh, what an amazing day. What an amazing day. You know, I came here with the thoughts of, you know, I'm not going to find anything today because I've searched this place so many times. But I made some nice finds. I made some really nice finds. That right there takes the cake. That's the prize. Beautiful. People collect these. I find these every once in a while, but I've never found one like that. Beautiful. Yeah. Nice. Let's keep looking through this dirt. Alright folks, it's that time. RelicSeekr's got to get out of here. It's getting late. Sun is just about coming down. What a beautiful day it was. Absolutely beautiful day to go out relic hunting. Yeah. Yeah, did pretty good. Did pretty good. I got dirt in my eye. Dug some holes. Found the privy at last. I've been here for about 5 years looking for this privy. One of them, I know there's more, so I'll be back to dig the other ones too. But anyways, I got a lot of nice finds today, and you know, I have to say, it's probably because of luck that you know, I dedicated this video today to my mother, who's in Florida. Love you, Mom. Thanks for the luck. I appreciate it. It's been a really great day, and I'm glad I dedicated this one to you because I found some really nice things. Check out what I got. Look at this. It's just an assortment of everything. And we have some age in there. We have a lot of age in there. Definitely mid-1800s. No doubt about that. Mid-1800s, all the way. This piece for sure. That button for sure. That lock for sure. And here we go. These things could be 1,000 years old. They could be up to 10,000 years old. They could be maybe 13,000 years old. Now, I didn't break this one. You can see where somebody was flint knapping it, and they hit a wall right here. See that? And it chipped off. It chipped that whole face off when they were trying to shape this. So this is a discarded point that was never even used. It just chipped off, and you know, they stopped working on it. And I imagine this probably was the same. They took a big chunk out of that side right there and said, you know, that's just not the best work I can do. So let me just toss it and try again. But those are two different styles right there, but pretty much made out of the same stuff. And you get the stuff down in Charlotte. Yeah. Nice little kind of flinty, not the best flint, but nice little flinty stone. So, and this I believe is Native American as well. And this is Native American as well. Where else would that come from like that, and why would it be that shape? Yeah. But then I found this, and I was like, that's made out of clay. Could that be part of a doorknob? No. That is a stone that was polished. And most of the stones around here aren't polished like that. They're not, matter of fact, we don't even really have stone like that around here that is polished. That came from someplace with running water. very heavy running water. Found a little buttony type thing here. Right away we found that mother of pearl. Beautiful little pocket knife. We have some glass, some White House lids, and some toppers, and this little doodad thing. I don't know what it is, but it's neat. I can store some stuff in it at home, and cobalt blue bottles are always nice. So we have that nice pewter handle, or pewter spoon bowl. Maybe a big soup bowl or stirring bowl type spoon, or I don't know. Missing the handle, but pewter is always nice to find, and that usually is associated with the earlier mid 1800s or so. And then the iron ones are just the cheapos that they had. And the great big old axe head that's probably about a 5-pounder. That is beautiful, nice and thick and barely used. You could see where he rounded it off a little bit by sharpening and grinding. And we have that bit piece we found, and just an assortment of pottery that I thought was really pretty that I'm going to keep and try to research when I get home to see what kind of dates we're looking at inside that privy there. And this one's hand painted, so these are applied designs. That's also applied designs. So, but that one's hand painted. Really nice. Just an amazing day. Totally amazing day. So to find that much stuff and that span of history at a spot that I thought was completely hunted out is amazing. I guess it takes 2 years to get back to a spot and realize that no, you didn't hunt it out. Go hunt it again. Keep hunting. Yeah, so I'll be back here again real soon to dig out the rest of those privies that I know are sitting over there next to that one. They kept them together. They kept them in the same spot. They just moved them. Yep. Maybe we can find some bottles this time. It was strange. There was no bottles in there. So, but where did they throw their bottles? Gotta be there's gotta be a pit, gotta be a hole, gotta be something around here for the bottles. And the bottles are the ones with the values, not the broken pottery. But that button, that button right there was worth digging that ginormous hole. Yeah. So anyway, love you, Mom. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next